Okay, so I just finished binging seasons 1 through 5 of Stranger Things, and I'm not really gonna give my review for seasons 1 through 4 because they came out years ago, and I feel like that doesn't really matter anymore. So I'll probably just give a quick little review, I guess, of what I thought. Season 1 is an 8 out of 10. It didn't really do enough for me to really understand the hype that is behind Stranger Things. Same thing with season 2, but season 2 is a 6 out of 10, the worst season of the show. Season 3 is a 8.5. That's when I really started to understand the hype behind this show. I finally got emotionally invested with all of these characters. I cried so hard when Hopper died. I don't remember the last time I cried that hard. Season 4 is a 9 out of 10. The whole Vecna reveal was really good, but unfortunately, I have a girlfriend whose brain isn't really up there yet, and she spoiled that for me because I'll be honest, going into this show, I did know a few things. I mean, this show's, I don't know how many years old, so I don't know how I wasn't gonna know bits and pieces of this show. Like, for example, I knew Max ends up in a coma. I knew about the running up the hill scene. I knew Vecna was the villain. I didn't know who he was though, and etc. I knew a few more handful of things. Oh, I also knew Will was gonna get powers. So I was explaining this to my girlfriend of the things that I know that's gonna happen. And I tell her Vecna is Max's brother because that's what I had thought. And she tells me no. And I say, okay, no, don't tell me. 2 minutes go by of just straight silence. And she comes to me with her phone showing me a photo of who Vecna is. Well, she shows me a photo of Papa. And I'm like, great, you just spoiled that Vecna's Eleven's dad. And she says, no, it's not the dad, it's the brother. So I'm like, number one, confused. Number two, pissed off because she spoiled it for me. So I'm going into season 4 thinking Papa's Vecna. And then we get to, I think, seasons 4 or 7. I don't really know. I binged it, so all these episodes sort of intertwine. And when it gets to that episode where Eleven's taking out the chip from Vecna's neck, or Henry's neck, I start looking at his face and I'm like, he kind of looked like Vecna. And then it's revealed that he's Vecna, and I'm so mad because all I could start thinking about was, what would my reaction have been if I didn't know? Would I have been able to figure it out, or would I have been surprised? I don't know, because she spoiled it for me. The moral of the story is, if you're one of those people who like to spoil things because you think it's funny, I hope you get Lou Gehrig's disease, and I hope your future kids, or if you already have kids, get bird flu. And I actually mean that. If you understood that reference, you're a real one. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about season 5 because that's the season that just came out, and the second half comes out in a few weeks. Or tomorrow, because I plan on posting this on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, by the way. So I just wanted to say my theories before the second half comes out, so I could be like, hey, I call that, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna go right into it. The top 3 characters I think are gonna die, in this specific order, is Will, Hopper, Eleven. If Eleven dies, I'm not really going to be sad. I'll be surprised if they do, because why would they do that? If Hopper dies, I am going to ball myself up in a corner for a month and cry my eyes out. If Will dies, I honestly don't care. They haven't done enough with this character. They literally just started doing stuff with this character, which is why I think he's going to die. It's sort of like Laurel in Arrow season 4, where seasons 1 through 3, she was so unlikable. And then in season 4, out of nowhere, she started being so likable, and then she just ups and dies, which is crazy. And I was just watching the Escape Pod podcast, and Alex and Andrew both agreed that they don't think Will is going to die because of his arc and Joyce's arc, which I have to respectfully disagree. I love you, Alex and Andrew. You're literally my inspiration for doing this, and I would love to be on the pod one day. But I do have to respectfully disagree, because Joyce's arc in the first, 2 seasons was trying to protect her son. Yes, but in the later seasons, her whole arc, and Will even said this to her on multiple occasions, is needing to let go of Will. Because, again, in the later seasons, the kid's arc was growing up, not really being in that party anymore because they're growing up. Hopper is even going through this right now with Eleven, needing to let her go because she's growing up. So I think, considering Will has powers now, he's just like Vecna, he's going to have his heroic moment of telling his mother, Ma, you need to let me go. I'm able to stop Vecna. I could save everyone. And he's gonna have a hero's death, which is what I think. And in the end, they're all gonna end up leaving Hawkins. I think when it comes to Vecna kidnapping the kids, I think he's honestly just trying to create another world where he's God or the king or whatever. Because Vecna obviously can't reproduce with a Demogorgon. Or maybe he can. I don't know. That's his business. But he's kidnapping these kids so they could reproduce. He could teach them, as he said, because they're easy to manipulate. And when it comes to Vecna chasing Max but not wanting to go into that cave, cave because he did have a scared look on his face. It was kind of weird, but I think that he looked scared because that cave represents his trauma. I think he didn't want to go into that cave because he felt like he was going to be trapped the same way he was trapped in the prison or in his life with his parents before he, did what he did. I feel like that's why he didn't want to go in there. But as right now, that's the only theories I really have. I mean, there's only 4 episodes of season 5, but I do really like Stranger Things. I think my ranking would be season 4, season 3, but you could interchange those. They're honestly both really good, and I wouldn't mind if someone said my favorite season was season 3 or 4. It's the same thing. So season 4, season 3, season 1, season 2. I'm not gonna rank season 5 because there's only 4 episodes. It's not entirely out yet, but I will make an entirely separate video when the full season's out, reviewing it. Top 3 favorite characters in this specific order is Hopper, Eleven, and Dustin. My least 3 favorite characters in this specific order is Nancy, Will, and Jonathan. No, I take Jonathan back. Lucas. I hate Lucas. He's a sellout. He started pissing me off in season 4 because he wanted to be popular instead of being with the party. That was dumb. And Nancy started pissing me off in season 4 too because I don't know who died and made her leader, but she's too controlling. She's thinking that she's the leader. She's calling the shots. I don't know where that came from. But anyways, yeah, that's my theories and thoughts and sort of review on Stranger Things. I know this video was all over the place, but don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Merry Christmas, guys.